Hey everyone, welcome back to another video from the channel. And today we're going to be talking about the um the 2020 presidential election in the state of Pennsylvania. And before we start, I do want to acknowledge quickly, if I can pull up the tab, betting odds, Real Clear Politics. Joe Biden just skyrocketed in betting odds. Check out LTE's video on that, by the way. He made a video about that. So Joe Biden had a 54.5% chance at winning the presidential election before the debate. He now has a 59.9% chance at winning the presidential election. And this is the biggest jump we've ever seen. Like, you can look at this graph. Since March 12th, they've been tracking, who's expected to win the presidential election. And Joe Biden just had the biggest jump we've seen on this graph. He had a jump that went from 42% to 45%. We saw a jump that had him go slowly from 43% to 44%. But, we had another jump here where he jumped from 45% to 48%. This is the biggest jump we've seen. He skyrocketed. And, people were saying, debates are going to be a disaster for Joe Biden. Trump's going to destroy him. Right now, the American public doesn't seem to think that's the case. So, the debates, if anything, helped Biden, which, that's good news for him, of course. But, betting odds, I just wanted to bring that up because it's important. It's more a national thing, though, not just relative to the state of Pennsylvania. But what is relative to the state of Pennsylvania is the GHK forecast model on the state. And, back in March, the beginning of March 2nd, Joe Biden had a 59.8% chance of winning here. So, that's pretty good. Now he's at a 90% chance, so he's jumped a ton, 39%. And the latest poll that got me thinking about this was, going to 538, A+ polls putting Biden ahead by 10 and by 9, sampling registered voters, and that is really something to look at. So, Donald Trump at 44%, Joe Biden at 54%. Another poll, A+ poll, Biden ahead by 9. A-rated polls, sampling 900 registered voters, Biden ahead by 5. So consistently, Biden has been ahead. And, I'm struggling to find a poll that has put Donald Trump ahead in the state of Pennsylvania. And I know you're going to flip out on me, to those of you who think Donald Trump is going to win the state of Pennsylvania or who support Donald Trump, which, again, I do not show my biases. And, of course, I have a bias. I want a certain candidate to win this presidential election. But I am not showing that in my videos, so please don't say I'm biased when I'm literally just quoting what the polls are saying. The polls are saying that Biden is ahead by 10, that Biden is ahead by 9, by 5, by 5. And if you want to go to 2016, or in 2016 Pennsylvania polls, Trump versus Clinton, there were some polls that were putting Trump ahead. Trafalgar Group put Trump ahead by 1. They were actually somewhat accurate in their characterization of Pennsylvania. But, the New York Times, or these A+ rated polls, they weren't putting Clinton ahead by 10, the way other polls like, Morning Call was. So, yeah, and then Quinnipiac putting Trump ahead by 2 in this poll. And then Public Policy Polling, which is a Democratic internal poll, putting Trump ahead by 2. So, it's interesting to see these polls, but the New York Times didn't really poll Pennsylvania, or they did here actually, in sampling a couple hundred likely voters, putting Clinton ahead by 7. So that was a bad poll by them, admittedly, but you have to look at where we are. And I should actually open that tab. On September, what is it? It's September 30th. Clinton was ahead by 2.4. Right now, Joe Biden is leading by 5.7, and Clinton, she lost the state by 1%. So, giving Trump the benefit of the doubt, Biden still gets the victory in the state of Pennsylvania. So that's important to look at. You also have to look at 538, which I do think does lean to the left, but they're getting the same result. Biden by 5.6, Biden by 5.7. So in this case, actually, RCP is putting Trump behind by more than 538, which is interesting. But let's talk about the most recent election that happened. We saw in Pennsylvania the Republicans gained 1 seat. I believe I'm pretty sure that was, let Or was that the 14th district, and the Democrats picked the Republicans picked this up pretty easily. So we're gonna see the 14th district. I'm pretty sure that that's actually Guy Rosenthaler's. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Guy Rushenthaler. Okay, so he won the district pretty easily, but it was a fluke election in 2016. But the Democrats flipped 4 seats. They won the popular vote at the statewide level by 11 points almost. And in the Senate race, they won that race by, 12%. And then they also won the gubernatorial election by a very, very safe margin. Tom Wolf was reelected governor by, 16%, 17% actually. So that is something interesting to look at. So the midterms were very good for the Democrats, of course. The House elections, Senate elections, and presidential and governor elections, they were great. The polls are good. So there are still people saying that Trump could win Pennsylvania, and I think he could. But primary turnout, Biden and Bernie both did better than Trump, and not even combined, Biden and Bernie both got more votes than Trump did. Bernie had dropped out of the race by then, so Trump got whipped in terms of primary votes. So that's my take on Pennsylvania. I'm not going to start characterizing it as safe. I do still think it will remain in the likely or lean Democratic column by the time the election rolls around. I know I've been flip-floppy on lean likely, so I'll post a presidential election video. I know I haven't posted one of those in a few weeks, but I'll post it, I think I'll probably do it beginning of October. And then I will hopefully have a face reveal announcement by this weekend. So, guys, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. Check out all the links in the description, and I'll see you all in the next one.